What is up, everyone? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make an experience system inside of Unity. So this includes leveling up, experience, and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be super fun to learn. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I should probably mention, this tutorial is going to be for a bit more intermediate people. But if you're a beginner, feel free to watch. It will still work out really well. But this is more for a more experienced person, but you know, you're welcome to attempt. Anyways, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a folder called scripts, and then we're going to duplicate that folder and say scenes. Now if you don't know how to duplicate, you press Control and D together to duplicate. If you don't want to do that, that's how I do it to make it go faster. You can right click, create folder, just over and over again, name scenes and scripts. Go ahead and save this scene. At first it's going to ask you to figure out where you want to save it. It should look like this, and just click on scenes and then save it there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new script, and we're going to call this experience. Okay, and so now we're going to go ahead and double click this and open it inside of our favorite whatever opener thingy, a code editor. I should probably mention that this can take a long time or very little time depending on what kind of CPU you have, or just how good your computer is in general. It can take 1 minute or it can take 10 minutes. It really just depends on your computer. And yeah. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and open this, and you're going to realize that there's a bunch of stuff you may not know what it is. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do a quick explanation. So you're going to have 3 things up here that say using blank, 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 blank. This is basically importing references. This is where it defines your script. This is saying when the game starts, I want it to do this. Every time this updates a frame, I want it to check for something here. So we can actually go ahead and delete these. Go up to here, and we're going to say using Unity engine dot events. Put a semicolon. Press enter again. We're going to say using Unity engine dot UI. And I think that's it. Actually, wait. Using Unity engine dot no, that should be it. Okay, and if it's not, we can always add it later. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna make some headers and some variables. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and make 2 square brackets. Then we're gonna type in header. We're gonna put in 2 parentheses and 2 quotation marks in. We're going to say in this header we're gonna say ints. Actually, we're just gonna say numbers, or yeah, we'll go with numbers, because there's floats and there's ints. Those are 2 different things. So we're gonna go ahead and click. We're gonna say now we're gonna create another square bracket. We're gonna say space, and then we're gonna create 2 what's it called? Parentheses. Wait, yeah, parentheses, and then we're not gonna put any quotation marks. We're gonna put we're just gonna put 1, and then we're gonna say public float, and then we're gonna say experience okay, we're good. We're going to say experience amount. And then we're going to create another one. We're going to say public int level. And then we're going to say public we'll put this as an we'll put this as an interval. And actually we are going to keep this. We're going to keep this as an interval too, just to keep it safe, and we're just going to actually just say intervals. So we're going to make a public int here that says it's going to say to next level, and we're going to create one more that says to add experience need increase. We'll call it that. Experience experience need increase. So what we're doing here is we're defining 4 different variables. This is what it's saying here is a this is the amount of experience we do have. This is the level we are. This is the amount of XP we need to get to the next level. And this is the amount, when we do reach that next level, this is the amount that it's going to add to our XP to make it harder to get to the next level. So, now you can do like equals 10, but to make it defined automatically by a script, but we don't want to do that. We want to have it dynamic so it's able to be changed. Anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and actually copy this and paste this here. And we're going to call this UI. We're going to say public image. Actually, we'll do a slider. We're going to do a slider, and we're going to say experience. Experience. That's such a weird word. Experience bar. We're going to say public text, and we're going to say level text. Now, this is why we had to import these UI elements over here, is because slider and text are both a part of Unity's UI system. So if you go ahead, go over here, right-click, go to UI, and drag in a slider. See, this is a part of Unity's UI system, and you can see the reason I'm using this is because we can actually just go ahead and disable this handle and set it so you can't interact with it by yourself. And then set the max value to 100, and then we can just have it so it fills. And then boom. And if it does that, we can just do that. And now you'll see that we can just have our XP bar right there, like that. I'm actually just going to keep this at the bottom here just so I don't have to do it again later. I would recommend doing the same thing. It's a lot easier. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple things just to show you guys stuff that we can do. And I'm going to go ahead and say another header, and we're going to call this events. And then we're going to say public, oh, sorry, not capital, public event, or sorry, Unity event. Unity event. And we're going to say this on level up. And so now we have all of our, at least all the ones for now, we have our variables defined. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and basically we're going to create our, so this is just saying that these exist. Now we need to add functions to them. So we're going to go ahead and say void, we'll go ahead and say void update. And this is what you do. You type in private or public. You should really do private though because it keeps it only to this script. So do private. So private void update, and we're going to say level text dot text. Anyways, so we're gonna say public level text dot text equals, and then we're gonna say level. Then we got to put parentheses around it because oh, hold on, level text dot, wait, hold on, okay, so equal, sorry, so we're gonna say level text dot text equals level dot toString, and then we're gonna put parentheses and then put a semicolon. And what this is saying is we're actually gonna go ahead and just test this up real quick. What this is saying, it's saying the level text needs to equal what our level is. So let's go ahead and just create our HUD real quick so that we can you know, have a nice looking thing. So we're going to name the canvas to HUD, and we're going to mess around with this. You guys can create yours however you would like. I'm going to make mine like this. And then I'm going to create text, and I'm going to call this I'm going to say, I'm actually just going to put one. Just go ahead and position this correctly on the y-axis. And then I'm going to just set this to white. And then So now we just need to go ahead and create a new game object and call this game mechanics, and we're just going to go ahead and drag the experience script on there. And now you see we have this really like pretty, really just like a beautiful like setup real quick here. And all we're gonna really need to do is we just need to assign these two things. We need to assign the slider and the text. Anyways, so now just go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and click Control S to save. Always save. Do not forget that. It will fuck your life up, I promise. Yeah, it'll mess you up if you don't save. So anyways, so now you can see that even though we actually set this text as 1, it is automatically set to 0. And that is because if we go to game mechanics, our level is set to 0. See, if we set it to 100, it also changes the text. So, you know, 1,000, whatever. It will do it always. And if you go like let's say you go up, right? If you erase it all, it'll automatically go back to 0. So, but one thing you will notice if we actually go ahead and play, it is that if you adjust the experience amount, it's not gonna do anything to this bar. And also we can go into the negatives, and same with levels. So we need to actually fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here to this void update, and we got to fix a couple things. We need to say if hold on, we got to do that. Okay, so we're going to say if, and then we're going to add parentheses, experience amount is less than 0. Then we're going to put 2 of these curly brackets. Then click enter. And it should make something that looks like this. And what you want to say is if it is less than 0, experience amount equals 0. And actually we want to go ahead and we want to add other way around. And you want to go ahead and add less than or equal to, just to have a precaution, just so it actually works, because sometimes it won't work for some reason. So just always say less than or equal to if you're saying. So what it's going to say is if it's 0, it always is going to be 0. Actually, we're going to do if it is less than or equal to 1, then we want to set it to 1. Actually, don't do the equal to. Just do the less than. It'll I don't know what I was thinking of. But anyways, then we're just gonna go ahead and just copy this. Wait, experience amount. Sorry, no, experience amount. That's why I had it set. If experience amount is set to 0, then leave it at 0. If our level is less than 1, then it needs to be 1. Making it like impossible to actually like go into the negative. So if we go ahead and save real quick, and we stay clicked on this game mechanics, and we go ahead and go here, you'll see that okay, so it didn't work for the level, but you'll see that oh, that's why. Okay. So, wait, what? Huh. Into level. If experience amount. Oh, crap. Okay, sorry. If experience amount is less than. That was what I did wrong. I'm an idiot. Make sure you get your signs right. I put greater than. So if experience amount is greater than 0. So, that was my fault. Sorry. So now if we go ahead and play it again, it should work. That's a part of this whole game development thing, is you will always eventually do a stupid. So you see we get to 17, 18, whatever, but we okay, for the experience amount we cannot go into the negatives, and we forgot to set this to the right one. So level. Level needs to be equal to 1. That was what we messed up. So if we go ahead and again, the entire game development process is trial and error. I would not have learned any of the stuff I've learned if I did not try. So you'll see that it automatically sets to that, and if we set it to 0, it'll automatically set back to 1. And if we set the experience amount to insane numbers, it works. But if we yeah. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and say, we're going to go ahead and make a couple more if statements like this. We're going to say if the experience amount is greater than or equal to, where is it? Experience needed to increase. So we're going to say if experience amount is greater than or equal to experience, oh, sorry, no, we're going to do 2 next level. So 2 next level. Then we're going to say level plus equals 1. So what this is doing is it's saying if the experience amount goes over what we need to get to the next level, or goes to what we need to get to the next level, then we'll add 1 to our levels. So if we actually set it like this, it's going to be an infinite loop, so that's not good. So we need to go ahead and set this. So we're going to say 100 for our beginning, and we'll go ahead and click play real quick, and I accidentally made a loop. I meant to say 100 here. So now we'll go ahead and do this real quick. And you'll see we are level 1, and if we go ahead and drag this experience amount, once it goes over 100, you'll see it's going to create an endless loop. But if we go back to 0, it'll stop the loop. But let's say we set this back to 1, and then we get 99, and then we get 100. It's going to go into that loop again. Now you may be wondering why it does that, and that is because we need to actually go ahead and we need to increase our level, our to the next level cap. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we're going to go ahead and add here if experience amount is greater than or equal to the next level needed, like the experience needed to get to the next level. We're going to say 2 next level plus equals experience need increase. Now what this is going to do is it's saying that we're going to increase the amount that we need to go to the next level. So now, like I said, this is kind of a bit of an more advanced tutorial. If you can handle it, then good on you. So we're going to go ahead and set this to a 50 increase, because I like 50. I think 50 is a good one. But okay, so now if we go over here, we get to 100, it goes to 2, and we don't have that increase. And you'll see if we get to 150, we get to 3, you see it'll go up. To the next level thing will all go up and up and up. So then we'll get to 550. But the problem we have here with the intervals is that the experience amount is still set to 550, so the player only needs to get 100 XP, so it's super easy to always level up. So what we need to do is when it says we have enough to get to the next level, we need to add another event thingy here and say we need to say experience amount equals 0. That way the player can't just infinitely level up by doing one specific task, because by let's say you chop down a tree, get 100 XP, level up to level 2, you'll have that XP left over, and we don't want that. So you're like, okay, here. So I'll explain this kind of like this. So you have experience amount. That's a terrible thing. Hold on. So you have experience amount here. You have to the next level. If the player has 100 experience amount, and he goes to the next level, and that's set to 150, then what happens is he can easily level up every single time. He or she, I guess. I'm saying he because I'm a male. I think it's pretty obvious there. But anyways, so you'll see the experience amount, we go up, we get to 100, and boom, it sets it back to 0, and then we have to get to 150. So now we get to 150, whatever, we keep dragging it up, it always goes back to 0, and then we get this nice level up system to where it's a lot easier to work with. So that's the basic system. Now I want to show you guys events and stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say on level, we're going to go ahead and activate this event here. So we're going to say on level up dot invoke parentheses, and then that. So this is what we're typing out. And what this is saying is it's saying we need to activate this event right here that tells us that we leveled up. Now, I personally like this a lot better than doing all this coding, because if you code it all in, it's so much extra code that you definitely do not need. But instead, if you just invoke an event, you can do a lot of things here. Like, let's say I wanted to disable the HUD when I leveled up. See, we just go over here, set active, and then look. And so now what we've done here is we've said that when we level up, we need to disable. So we'll say experience amount, go to 100, disables the HUD. We don't have to code an extra like 25 lines just to add some simple stuff. So now to the HUD version, what we're going to do is right under this, we're going to add a comment. And this is so a // basically is a comment you can add during scripts. And we're going to go ahead and say these are the UI configuration code lines. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to say XP bar. Okay, wait. What did I name this bar? Experience bar. Dot value equals, and then we're going to go ahead and say experience amount. Super easy. We actually don't need to add parentheses for that because this turns it into a string. So experience bar dot value equals that. So then we're also going to go ahead and say we actually need to do this on this one where it says let's add a couple comments. So we're going to say when the player reaches enough experience. Every frame check. Set level to 1 if it goes below. Make sure cannot go into negatives. So now we have all these comments, and it just helps us get places faster. So like if I'm like looking for something, I can just go, okay, frame check, make sure experience, when player reaches enough experience. It just makes it easier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say, we're kind of going to do something kind of like this, except a little bit different. So we're going to say experience bar dot max value is equal to, and we're going to say to next level. What we're saying here is the max value of that experience bar is going to be the experience we need to get to the next level. So we're going to go ahead and save that real quick, and you're going to see some awesome things now. Like this. Okay, it's done. So now we can go ahead and play, and we will see that, okay, so when we start playing, levels 1, when we update our experience amount, our bar now goes up right here. When we get to 100, it goes, oh, sorry, we have this, I forgot about this. So now we have, it's all working. This is all the HUD working and everything. So if that's all you're here for, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. I'm going to show you guys some more cool stuff that you can do with this. So you see 2, 3, 4, and you'll see that we can always get to that top right here, and you'll see that like the max amount that you can get on here will always go up to that same as the amount you need to get to the next level. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create another little script for health and just vitals. So we're going to call this vitals. We can go ahead and put this on, I'm not sure. Okay, so go ahead and double click this. This one should open a lot faster. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and say public, we're going to say int, and we're going to call this health, and then duplicate stamina, thirst. We'll go thirst. Now I'm not actually making any variables here. I'm just saying that these exist. So we're going to go ahead and say void on level up. Actually, public void. We're going to say public void, and this is just something that can be accessed by anything. Any script can access this event here. Erase that. Anyway, so now what we're going to say is we're going to say health. Okay, we'll say public int increase amount. And we're going to say health. I don't want to go too far into depth. I'm just going to show you basic things you can do. Health plus increase amount. Plus equals, sorry. So then we're going to go ahead, copy, paste, and just copy and paste these ones in here. And now what we can do here is we can go ahead and put these on the game mechanics. We can go ahead and, okay, apparently we have an error. Invalid token int class structure. Okay, so I'm going to also teach you guys a couple things about errors. So this is in errors, this is the script that has the error, this is the line number, and this is the error. You can almost always Google the code or the error, and there will be someone who has had the same error. Super easy to fix, and yeah, so yeah. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead, and this was the error. I accidentally said punlic instead of public. Okay, we go ahead and save. Boom, we're done, fixed. There shouldn't be any errors at all. No, so now we have this, and I'm gonna say 100 for the increase amount. And what you gotta do is you wanna go ahead and go to this event and add this little plus here. Click the plus. And then you want to drag this vital script into there. Go to function or no function, click on vitals, and then click on level up. And then what we'll do here now is if we go ahead and watch the script here, and we go to 99, see we can go up and down, it's super dynamic, and if we go up, it's going to add 100 to all these scripts, and that's just like something you could do. You can have like upgrade systems, and then you can also do autosaves, and that's the reason I like this event system, is because you can access other scripts really easily. And yeah, that's how to basically code an entire basic experience system for your game. You can use this on any game, any code. It always works with it because it's basic. It's basically like a universal type thing if you want to use it. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like the video, I guess. Yeah. Peace, guys.